this computer. Hey, okay, happy Monday, happy first Monday of May. Really proud of you all for just showing up and being consistent in your business in April, doing the things and keep going, like keep like the fact that you keep going, even on the hard days, even on the crazy days, that you show up, like that's a huge deal, and you should be so proud of yourselves because I know all of you here, like you all have crazy days, a crazy schedule sometimes, um, babies, pregnant, whatever, all the things going on, and you're showing up for your business, for your dreams, and that just makes me really proud of you. Um, so this isn't, so tonight we're gonna kind of just talk about May, just to talk about strategy, setting ourselves up for success for May for what we have going on. Um, so I hopefully you have a pen and paper or use the note section in your phone. I use that all the time. It has my notes for this call in there actually for tonight. Um, we're gonna make a few lists during this call of people on each of the things we're going to talk about. And so, um, the first thing is because I have the first things first is the mom's event. That is on Thursday. There is 6 jewels sharing their story. And what I'm really excited about the most is that we're in like all these different stages of life. There's Sheila Medina, who is a grandma. There's Emily Burgess, who has preteens. There's Jordan Gibson, who's like in the thick of like babies, like toddlers. She's a coach, or she was a coach and teacher until Plexus brought her home full time. And she was able, that was her big goal, was to be able to stay home with her kids full time. And she's going to be sharing, and she's going to be sharing that. That's part of her story. There's Chelsea Delsinger, or I don't know how anyway, I don't really know her very well, but she's also a coach's wife. She has younger kids, but not like babies or toddlers. Um, and then there's me, and then also, who am I forgetting? Forgetting someone. Oh, Rebecca Folks. I love Rebecca Folks so much. She's so good. If a lot of you do her training with Melissa Eichenhorst, but she has just an incredible story. She was a single mom when she became a jewel. So I don't know if you know that about her because she is happily married now and she has 4 kiddos, but she was a single mom of 3 kids as she built her business to Jewel. Um, and I just think that's just so inspiring. And now so she has like a daughter going off to college this fall, and then she also has a toddler. So she has like all the ranges. And we're going to be sharing our health stories and also the blessings of the business. And so this is a huge, huge opportunity for you to use this as a tool to invite all your mom friends. It's like for literally any mom. Um, so take advantage of it. And I like my goal is to have 2 people on the call, which means if you're going to have 2 yeses, better odds is to have like 4 yeses because then maybe 2 actually get on. So if I have 4 yeses, then that means like 20 to 40 messages ish, depending on, um, you know, depending, but knowing that like, okay, like this is how many messages this is my goal to send out because this is how many yeses that I want to get. And so it's going to be it's not going to be a long drawn out Zoom. It's going to be our goal. We say it's not going to be, fingers crossed. It's going to be 20 minutes is the goal. And then we're also giving away a bouquet of Farm Girl flowers, which is so fun. If you've ever gotten those, they're like the funnest flowers to get in the mail. When you become a jewel, Plexus actually sends you a Farm Girl flower bouquet in the mail. So that's really fun. I think they do that for all the jewel ranks, if I'm remembering correctly. But anyway, so that is on Thursday. So invite, invite, invite. It's on the team page, the post. There's story slides that you can use. It's a great way it's a great opportunity to reach out to new people that you haven't talked to yet, moms that you've maybe been wanting to talk to. And so as you're thinking, like start, like as I'm talking, like pull out your list and start writing down people's names who maybe you want to reach out to. Like I already screenshot people earlier when I was thinking about, okay, who do I want to invite? People you want on your team, because we're going to be talking about the business as well, the opportunity, earning fun money, being able to pay off credit card debt, being able to like have more flexibility as a stay-at-home mom instead of like dragging my kids to clean people's houses, which I used to do, and baking for the farmers market, and a lot of different things, ways to earn money, that can be really stressful if you have like little toddlers, babies, nursing, all that. And so we're going to be sharing on both things, products and the business. And if you see that, you can see the list of a lot of the things that we'll be touching on in the team chat. It's also linked to the post on the team page, but it says 6 women sharing their stories, and it has like this whole list of things we're going to be sharing on. And so that can help you to know, oh, like, oh, I talked to this person. She's on my follow-up list. She struggled with this, or this is why she was interested. I'm going to invite her. This is perfect. And so make your list for that. And then the second thing we're going to talk about that's also you're going to want to make a list for is the cash, you guys. The cash is going to be so much fun this month. That was like totally out of the blue. We didn't even know they were going to do that until like they launched it to everyone. The hat, fun, whatever, but like moving on, like the cash is way fun. But I have a really special video for you all to watch. I'm going to share my screen because I really love how Amber Miller, Diamond Amber Miller, she shares her tips on like how she's going to be utilizing, like what she's focusing on and how she's going to be utilizing this cash incentive. And so I am going to share my screen and we're going to watch that really quick. It's not very long, and then we'll talk about it. You probably can all see that, right? Mom, can you see that? I can see your face. Yeah? Okay, great.
With things when we are all doing something together, how much impact we create. So I want to remind you, if you're watching this live, you are a powerhouse and you have so much impact to make. So let's bind that together and just have unison in what we're doing with May. So Jen talked about it. She talked about goals, right? And how to use May incentives to help build goals and help your goals earn so much money. Y'all, this is like legit just life-changing income on the table for them, how to map it for rank development, like talk about rank ups. So I totally believe that May can be even bigger than March in development with that, which is sustainable, right? Like so exciting. Okay, but let's bring it back to silvers because that's where it starts. So we know that the May incentive is, add 3 if you're brand new, add 3, earn over $300, and then get that super cute trucker hat. Y'all, like you should be talking. I'm gonna be hyping up in my chat constantly about taking team pictures at convention with our hats and doing like selfies, and oh my gosh, it's gonna be our team look, right? So make so much FOMO with that. But they get that hat and then 3 more and they get an extra $400. So in my mind, to help new VIPs, here's kind of my plan that I'm laying out and I'm doing with my team to get more silvers, because silver is where it all starts. It's where I remember my first 3 people that I signed as a silver, right? And then for the extra 400, it's just 3 more. So the lingo isn't add 6, it's hey, 3 go silver and then just 3 more, right? It's stair stepping into that. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to first blow up on social media and talk about how Plexus, like we just love them because they're so aware of the seasons for us as their brand reps and customers. Like Plexus loves just helping us in every new season, just like how we had Christmas cash. Now we have summer travel cash, right? Talk about it on social media. We're going to talk about the expenses and like the trips we want to take and the extras and the sports and the camps, and talk about it a lot and how it creates so much expense that maybe isn't highlighted enough. We all talk about Christmas, we all talk about the holidays, but nope, everyone forgets summer and how much that takes, right? So we're going to talk about that a lot on social. And how Plexus is recognizing the season and wants to just give back to their happy customers and happy brand reps, right? And then we're going to talk about go to new VIPs and offer this to them, of course, right? So in my lingo, I like to create a story in their head, an emotion in their head that they feel when they read that message. So we're going to be messaging our VIPs and saying something to the lines of like, hey, I'm not sure if you saw your email, but tell me, how would it feel and what would you love about getting over $800 deposited this month, like earned this month. Tell me how that would feel, because that is so exciting for us and what we're doing in our house. And we have so many summer things coming up. I instantly want to create an emotion for them, right? And have them put themselves in the story of, okay, how would that feel to have that deposited, to have that earned, right? And then go into, because Plexus is giving us extra cash for sharing with friends this summer. And if I show you how to make a cart, you can send that referral link out, and having 3 friends order from you is going to earn you over $300, and another 3 would be an extra 400 on top of that. So I'm going to stair step it. First, create the emotion in the story so they instantly are picturing that for themselves, and then say 3 people, 300, because they might be more comfortable wrapping their head around that. And then another 3 would be an additional $400, and show them that breakdown. Just because some people might be more comfortable with that stair step than just straight to 6, right? And then friends, they hit 6, and then we're on to senior silver. 3 more, we're hitting the second double rank. Oh my goodness. I just actually had a girl do this last month. She's like, I don't know. I'm not sure I'm going to share. She loved her reset. And I was like, let me just show you how to make a cart. And if you want to post your results and see if anyone's interested. Y'all, she signed 14 people last month. And she didn't even want to do it at first, but it just kept being the next and the next and the next. So use that language. And then I want to give you one other thing. Okay, the other thing I want to give you is, I would challenge your golds and your senior golds and your rubies of how much extra cash they can help their teams earn, and ask them, friend, how good would it feel for you to be able to say that you helped over $2,000 be earned extra among your team this month? And I'm talking about, like, maybe they have a silver here and a silver there, and they had someone hit 6, and they had their friend hit 6, and they're able to kind of calculate the bonuses being earned in their team for this thing and challenge themselves. Because that's that new kind of business building activity they can do with creating silvers. Like, we talk about silver as the rank, but have them put a dollar amount. Have them put hey, you helped over $1,200 in extra bonuses in your team. Like, you should feel incredible about that, right? So different lingo like that. All right, so that's what I have for you. Focus on those silvers. Put out silver stories on your social media. Like, you should be posting in your team Facebook pages, in your chats, like, hey, who were your first 3 when you went silver? Talk about it constantly. Make it the norm and the starting story for people going on to more. So hopefully that gave some awesome ideas. We are pumped for May. Let's all row together. Silver, senior silver, and just so much summer.
Okay, I just love how her tips on connecting with an emotion, and it's so good, because we all so many mom friends in our life, like, summer can be stressful because of the camps, the different things going on. If you want to go on a fun family trip with your family, but okay, just a lot of families, a fun trip with your family, it costs money, and sometimes you just can't, and it's just not there. And so we get to we get to help eliminate stress around that. Like, we get to help people create more choices for their families, and I'm so pumped for that. And also loved how she talked about having a goal of, like, how much bonus amount can my team do. And so thinking about that of, like, okay, what's your goal for not only, well, we're going to kind of break it down. So first of all, you have to think about, like, what is your goal? Like, is your goal to add 6 and then help one add 6? I put in the team chat the amount, because so you can kind of see the breakdown for May for the income, depending on if you're fast start eligible, if it's your first time ranking, or if you're already ranked. Like, a lot of us are already silver and above. And so it shows, like, what we would earn by adding 6. So, like, if I were to go add 6, you're going to make the $400 bonus, but you also are getting the pay points, the BBBs, the business building bonuses from their first order. And so it totals to your paycheck goes up $620 when you add 6 people this month, which is amazing. If you're a brand new person, like she was talking about, like you add 3, you're going silver, fast start silver, so you're making $300+ you're getting the Plexus hat, which new people might not want a Plexus hat. They might not, if they're whatever, but $300. Um, and then if they go ahead and add 3 more, that unlocks the $400 bonus, which is insane. Like the total is like, it's like $820 for a brand new person to add 6 people. Like, what? Like that's insane. Um, my first big goal, and this was like I was already like a year into Plexus, and my first like not first big goal, like I had like different goals that changed, but like about a year into Plexus, I was like, okay, if I could just make $500, that would be insane. And I don't even know what I would do. And like a brand new person can make $800 by helping 6 people get started. So make your list of everyone on your team who you want to talk to about it. Connect it with an emotion, like send them a message and just be you, personalize it and connect emotionally. Like she said, like, and you can, this is recorded. So if you need to go back and rewatch to hear how she worded it, you totally can, after this call and after I get it up. But everyone on your team who you want to let them know about the money they can earn. And then everyone on your follow-up list that has been interested in the business, like messaging them, like now's the time. Maybe someone who wanted to try the products, but budget's holding them back. That could be another person that you could let them know. And again, like connect it emotionally. Um, that's so smart because that is how we operate. Like we operate with our emotions and like that's just how we are like as humans, especially women. Um and so make your lists of and maybe your first thing is going to be just to invite them to the mom's event and then you're going to follow up after the mom's event and go from there. And so that's a great option as well. Like just get them to the event and then you can follow up afterwards and go into more detail on things. Um does anyone have any questions about anything so far about the incentive, the event, any of that before I keep talking? Look at the comments.
Joanna, I just had a question about the like the Zoom link like for the event. So like I've been inviting people and so I guess where is that? Is that on like on our the Facebook page?
For the mom's event?
Okay.
No, yeah, the mom's event. Is that what you're talking about? Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a Zoom link. Sheila Medina is going to create it because she can have over 500 people or something like that on her Zooms, and we have a lot of
Okay.
doing it. And so once I get that link, I'll be
Yeah.
putting it out there. But yeah, it'll be just
Okay.
like this. Um,
Awesome. Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. Okay. If you have anyone who has questions, just feel free to chime in or put it in the chat. Um, but for those of you with business builders on your team, I think that's so cool. Like I'm excited to do what she was saying of like make a goal of how many people on your team that you want to help to earn it. How many like what bonus amount would you like to see? And you can talk about that on your social media, like especially once it happens, but you can talk about it like it is going to happen. Like my goal is to help like I'm trying to see how I would word it. Like you can either say like a specific amount of women, like I want to help 10 women earn $400 or $800, whatever. Or it could be like my goal is to see $2,500 given away in bonuses this month or to women or however you want to word it. But I just think that's really, really a fun thing to use in your stories. Um, and that's just really cool. Okay, so that's the cash incentive. And again, you can also go on to you can add 12 and double it. Personally, I think it's way more effective to add 6 yourself and then help other people add 6 instead of just adding all 12. Like your team can explode by you doing it and then helping some other people do it. For example, if you add 6 and then you help two people on your team each earn it by adding six, whether they're brand new or they're already on your team, you added a total of 18 people to your team, which is 96 pay points. So if you haven't gone gold yet, that's like 4 points away from gold. You would need one more order. You would grow your paycheck as a person who's not without any rank up bonuses or anything factored into that. Like you're already a business builder, you grow your business by 18 people this month, your paycheck would grow between 780 to 880, depending on those two people. If they fast start silver, in the process of adding their six, you earn an additional $50 bonus as their sponsor for each person that fast starts. And like, how cool is that? Like 18 new people to your team just by you doing it and then helping two people do it, like the duplication piece. And so I think that that's way more powerful than you going out and just adding all the people and getting all the bonuses, which is fun. You totally can. I'm not saying don't do it. Like if you want to, that's your goal, go for it. But leaving room and time for you to be helping other people do it as well. And like talking with everyone about it, you never know. Like she said with her person, like who signed 14 people, which obviously not everyone's going to sign 14 people, but if she hadn't at least asked her to share, and there wasn't even cash bonuses last month, right? It was something else. It was a different incentive. And so you just never know, and just encouraging people to share who can they help by sharing their story. Or maybe they're brand new, they don't have a story and they just want some summer cash. Okay, so I'm just gonna end this with something that's really been helping me really recently. I've been doing the Leaders Academy with Keith Callahan, and I love his training so much. But he was talking about how his daily method of how he kind of like gets structured for the day of like what to focus on. And he said, and it connected so much with me because I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm this like me too. But he was like, I can't at the end of the day, like planning my next day. He's like, I can't. It's just like I need to walk away from like my day and like be done for the day. And I've talked a lot about like, okay, like the night before, like prep for your day. And I've done that, but also it's really hard. Like I don't love it. And it's really hard for my brain and how it works. Some people do great at night, but when I get so tired and it's so hard to think and at night with babies and all that. Like I don't enjoy it at all. Not that you should have to, sometimes you just have to do it if you don't enjoy it. It's okay. But it's just really hard. And so when he shared this, I was like, okay, I love it. And I've been doing it for the past week and it has helped me so much. But it's simply just like in the morning, whenever that works for you. For me, it's like I get my kids off to school and then I go sit in the sauna. And then I do this. So he calls it his 10-3-1 system, but basically you're just doing a brain dump for the day, simple brain dump, like your top things. So it's not for the week, it's not for tomorrow, nothing, like today, a brain dump for the day, really quick. Like it takes like 5 minutes. And it's like 10 things but sometimes it's 8, sometimes it's 13, but kind of like the basic general idea of what you need to accomplish today and you're brain dumping it. Then you're going to go and you're going to circle the top 3 things that matter the most to get done. And I do this like with my business. Like one of my top 3 things, I brain dump everything. So like I have Colts game tonight. I have to do this and my health plan of like walking and all that. And that goes on my brain dump, but I circle like the top 3 things that I need to do in my business. And he says like, you don't need to do all the things, just the most important things. Because a lot of like, it's so easy to feel overwhelmed or like we're never doing enough. We're never going to do enough because there's literally always something to do. Like our list is never going to be empty. So that's a bummer, but it's just how it is. It's never going to be empty. So if you can focus on like the most important things that are going to move the needle forwards for your goals and for what you want to accomplish. It's so powerful. And so you brain dump, then you go and you circle the top 3 things. And then you also, you figure out like kind of like what you give it like a time, like, okay, like this morning, for example, I was like, okay, these are my things. I'm going to get these done before I go to school at noon to pick up Steele because he gets out at noon. And so it gave me like a time frame of when I needed to complete it. And I got it done so fast. Like I was so proud of myself. I feel so accomplished. And even though I have so many things still on my list, like I said, it's never empty. I feel really good about my day. And that's important to feel like you accomplished something and like that's going to move the needle forward in your goals. And so your top three things, giving them like a time frame of like, and also being aware of like what things need the most brain power and knowing how you are of like when that brain power is available. Maybe that's at night after your kids go to bed. Maybe for me right now in my life, it's like before noon because I hit a wall at like 1 p.m. because of like the lack of sleep that's going on. And so I can think the best and get the most, I can get a lot done until like 1 p.m. And so then after that is more like do the dishes, clean the house, do the whatever, like all the things that you can kind of do on autopilot, but you don't really need your brain to be working so well for that. Um, and so I don't know if this will help you or not, but it was super helpful for me and also like really encouraging to know like you don't have to be in a box with anyone else. Like you do what works for you. If it works for you to do it at night before you get up the next day and that makes like helps you the most, do that. If it works for you to do it in the morning, do that. Because you read all these books and there's all these things that talk about um getting up at 5 a.m. and like all these things to be successful. And like, yeah, that really can, but maybe it's not for you at this season in your life. And I loved Wendy, or not Wendy, yeah, wait, what's her name? The one with all the kids. Brenda Martin. Why I was thinking because my mom has lots of kids probably, but Brenda Martin has 11 kids as well. And she made a post the other day of things she doesn't do. And one of them was get up at 5 a.m. And I was like, oh, I love you. And she's wildly successful with Plexus. Like she's a diamond, her husband's a diamond. She's also a senior ruby under herself. Again, like she re-entered. They make a lot of money with their Plexus businesses. And on their terms and what works for them. And so that's just an encouragement for you all. Your life doesn't have to look exactly like someone else's who's successful in this. You can learn from them, and maybe you do need to adopt or adapt to some of those things, but um, you do you. And yeah, that's it. Any questions about anything before we wrap up? All right. Well, thank you for hopping on. I'm proud of you all. Go out there and just slay your May. You got this. All right. Love you. Bye.